Welcome back. 40 names are on this wall, an eternal testament to the passengers and crew's courage, etched in stone.
And these are more than names on granite. These are fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. And Lorraine Bay was one of the flight attendants on United 93. We spoke with her goddaughter, Emily, who shares her story. Lorraine Bay worked as a flight attendant for 37 years.
She just loved her job, and she would talk about it all the time. And there were challenges to it, as we can all imagine, but she loved the travel. She loved seeing different places. She loved people. She loved her coworkers. She always talked very, very highly of her coworkers.
For years, Lorraine's goddaughter, Emily Schenkel, has figured out ways to heal and positively cope with the loss of what happened on that day.
It feels like yesterday, but then when I really think about what 20 years means, I realize how long that actually is.
On visits to the Flight 93 Memorial, Emily says she always leaves a particular item at the site, something to connect with her loved one.
In general, I find it very comforting and peaceful to be there. It makes me feel closer. You know, I always leave a tube of lipstick for her. I don't think I've ever saw her without her makeup, you know, perfect.
Emily says Lorraine preferred to work coach and mentored younger flight attendants and never failed to remember her coworkers and family with special cards and unique gifts.
So I have a few pictures. She was quite the character, so she, you know, here's one just with the horse, but she kept everything she ever bought for people, and she would write it down, and she would have cards. And so I didn't keep them all because she literally had stacks of them. But, you know, I just like to look at this every once in a while.
Two of Lorraine Bay's colleagues received cards postmarked on September 11th, 2001, a final show of kindness that defined her as much as her bravery. At the Flight 93 National Memorial, I'm Matt Alvarez. And Lorraine chose to work that flight that morning because it was a nonstop flight to San Francisco.
And another passenger on board Flight 93 that day was Edward Felt. One of his last acts of life was that phone call he made to 911. His brother tells us he had a thirst for knowledge.
He loved solving problems, he loved communicating, he loved helping people, and he was a very gentle man.
Edward earned degrees from Colgate and Cornell universities and 2 patents in the field of encryption technology. But beyond the professional success and the intellectual curiosity, what was most important to Ed was his family, his wife and 2 daughters.
It was magical to watch them together. You know, Ed would do anything for his daughters, including take up running, take piano lessons, because he wanted to share the experiences that they loved, you know, their hobbies.
On the morning of September 11th, Ed's wife and his brother were anxiously waiting to hear from him, knowing he was on Flight 93. It was later that Gordon and the world learned about the heroic actions aboard. Gordon believes Edward, the problem solver, was involved in the efforts to decide what to do. And each one of these names will live on.
That's right, and Waleska Martinez is one of those names, and her sister Lourdes says she was the backbone of the family, and when she learned of the planes being grounded and Flight 93 being unaccounted for, she remembers frantically sending messages to Waleska.
I say 413, meaning area code 413, that it was me from Massachusetts, and 911, letting her know it's me, it's an emergency, and then I say 143. I love you.
Always there for each other, Lourdes felt helpless, knowing there was nothing she could do. So 20 years later, she hopes that people honor the memory of her sister and fellow heroes of Flight 93 by doing some good in the world for others.
Coming up, a story many have never heard. On 9/11, an Air Force pilot scrambles to the skies.
No guns, no missiles, only armed with her plane. After the break, hear from the pilot who was asked to do the unthinkable, bring down Flight 93 by any means necessary.